Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So in this one here, I want to talk about the Rick Grimes movies and whether or not Michonne's going to be in them, and also some stuff that happened in last night's episode that was actually clarified. A few things made no sense, and actually one thing in particular a lot of fans were pointing out, and Gimple clarified all of that last night. So I want to talk about all of that, and then just how Michonne is going to take part in these movies. So before we jump in, I do have to warn you for spoilers, obviously, for last night's episode of The Walking Dead. If you haven't seen my review for that or my trailer breakdown for this Sunday's episode coming up, which is episode 14 titled Look at the Flowers, I'll leave a link to both of those videos at the end of this one. So as for an update on the Rick Grimes movies, there really isn't anything that's why I didn't do a video last night. I was waiting for some news to come out, and Gimple didn't really say much at all. He did say some stuff, but it was just stuff that was connected to Michonne's final episode. He didn't really give an update on whether or not the Rick Grimes movie was going to be happening, or it is happening, but when it was happening, the title, all of that kind of stuff, casting, director news, anything. There was no update there, and I figured there would be an update at this point. I figured they were waiting for Michonne's final episode to air, and then, once we got this reveal, then there would be an announcement, but I guess there really just wasn't. And as of now, I don't know when to really expect the next announcement because of everything going on right now in the world. Everything is being closed. I mean, every store in my area is closed. I was literally trying to buy Black Ops 2 today because I want to go back and try Buried and all that kind of stuff, but everything is closed. I can't find my old game, so I was just gonna go pick one up because I think it's like $10 or something like that. But everywhere is closed. Like, everything is closed. You can't go anywhere. Everyone has to stay home, which obviously is a smart thing to do. But everything is being delayed. Movies, television shows. I imagine The Walking Dead season 11 is going to get affected by that. This third show got delayed. Is season 11 going to be delayed because of the filming? Are we even going to get a trailer during Comic-Con because of all of this? How long is this going to be going for? Because if this thing lasts until July or something like that, I don't know when this is going to end. I doubt we're going to get season 11 in October. I just don't see it. Like, we might have to wait a whole year. That is definitely very possible. Like, that could happen. So I don't know. It doesn't really affect the Rick Grimes movies, only in the sense that filming will be pushed off until later on in the fall if they were planning to film this summer. If not, I mean, they can work on the writing at home, obviously. So that could be what happens. That really could be what happens. As for, is Michonne expected to be in these movies? Now, she hasn't signed on, and Denai Guerrera actually said, "We'll see." Like, that was her response to it. She was asked whether or not she was going to be in these movies, and she just said, "We'll see." So I don't think that means that she doesn't want to be a part of The Walking Dead anymore. I think she just kind of wants a break, to be honest, because she's been doing it for almost 10 years. It was like 8-9 years, or 7-8 years, whatever it was. She's been doing it for a very long time, so it makes sense that she wants a break, right? But after it's been like 4 years, and they're starting to work on that second Walking Dead movie, then yeah, I can see her signing on for another one. I definitely can. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is right, but I just wanted to add this here because this is from comicbook.com, and they said that Michonne, or I guess the plan for Denai Guerrera and Michonne was to have her join the second of the trilogy, so the second film in the trilogy, that was basically what I was expecting anyways, and I hope that they do that because I want this first movie to focus on Rick and this new journey that he's going to be on, because that was the point to all of this, right? Was that he was actually going to have this brand new story. It wasn't going to be connected to Daryl and all of that. Obviously, you're going to have some type of tie-in because you can't just completely ignore all of that. That was his backstory. But I think you got to think of these movies as like the first season or first episode of the show. We met Rick Grimes in that season, and we didn't know anything about his backstory before the apocalypse. Obviously, it didn't really matter too much. But think of these movies as that. He's going to be meeting new characters. He's going to be a part of a new group. He's going to be closer with other people because it's been 6 years, right? Like, say he's been with Jadis this entire time. He would be closer with Jadis than he would with Daryl, because with Daryl, up until he left, he was only with him for 4 years? He's been with Jadis. I mean, at that point, when he left, it was already a year and a half. He already kind of knew of Jadis, plus an additional 6-something years, unless Jadis died in the first movie, whatever. But you get my point, though, right? Now, there are a few things that happened in last night's episode that I want to talk about because we actually have some clarification on that. On the massive group of people that were like in formation at the end of the episode, it's not really confirmed or anything, but Angela Kang thinks, according to comicbook.com anyways, Angela Kang thinks that group of people at the end aren't CRM. It's just in her opinion, like she said, as far as she knows, like this group is not a part of the same group. So I imagine it's just a lead. I do find it weird that like just that close to our characters, there's a massive group like that already. But then again, Angela King doesn't know. So that group could be CRM. I'm guessing right now it's pretty flexible, but as of now, I think it makes sense that it wouldn't be anyways, because Michonne has to somehow find Rick, and I imagine that's going to take a while as it is, right? Like that's going to be kind of the reason why we don't see her for a while is because it's going to take her a long time to actually find him. Well, if that's a CRM right there, I mean, she would find him pretty fast. So, it makes sense that she wouldn't find him right away. Now, on the other thing, and this is where I think they can definitely get very clever with this, and that is the picture of Judith on that phone. Now, to me, to be honest, it looked like the younger Judith. It does, because it's not like her hair is colored, right? Like brown or blonde. It's Judith when she was young, she wore that hat as well. Like you could say it looks like the older Judith, but to me, it just looks like Judith. Like that's kind of what Judith looked like. But I guess now that she's older and now she's wearing the hat and stuff. So, I mean, I guess overall it makes sense that it was the older Judith, which everyone was pointing out. It seemed very weird. And I was hoping that it wasn't a mistake, but apparently it isn't. It was intentional because Gimple actually clarified that on Talking Dead last night that we see an older looking Judith here, which is very weird because the last time that Rick saw Judith, he shouldn't remember her like that. So why does he remember her like that? And he just kind of left that there. So that I think confirms that a part of this first movie is going to be Rick, I guess, almost getting back to Alexandria, or he's at least sees Judith for sure. So it seems like he almost makes it home, but something happens. And I'm not exactly sure in what capacity they can do something like that where it gets a little ridiculous, but I don't know. It depends. We don't know anything about the CRM at all, but Rick has seen Judith when she was grown up. I think honestly, based off of what people are thinking that Michonne was supposed to be in the second movie, I think it's pretty safe to say that this first movie is going to encompass the last 6 years of what Rick's been up to. It's going to play with time a lot. It's going to jump everywhere. We'll see Rick in the beginning of, maybe when he first arrived or was taken there, and then it'll jump like 2 years later, and then, it might end around the point where Michonne left the show. I think it'll be something like that, and then the second movie will take place as of around like right now, with Michonne appearing in that movie sort of thing. So if that is the plan, which it does seem to be the plan, that means they can definitely have a scene in there where Rick does see Judith, which I think that's just really shocking because I don't know how, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm wondering. How did that happen? The only thing that I'm thinking of is that the CRM, they know of Alexandria because maybe somehow they got it out of Rick. If it wasn't Rick that told them, they would have found out either by Heath or by Jadis, right? So they know of Alexandria, so they could be watching them, right? It could get really crazy like that. And maybe they took a photo of Judith, Michonne, Daryl, or something like that. And Rick saw one of those photos and was like, yeah, like he just got to see Judith grown up and he just missed her that much sort of thing. It's really weird. All of it is just so weird. That's why I just really can't wait to watch this first movie. I really can't wait for them to start filming. But with everything going on in the world right now, there's going to be a delay of, a few months. Basically, whenever hockey comes back, that's kind of where I think things are going to get back to normal, because it seems like everyone freaked out once all the sports things were canceled. As soon as all that was canceled, and everyone started to react. So I think once sports are able to come back, that's when everything will get back to normal. And I'm thinking at least for hockey, they'll probably come back like in July or something like that. So people will be out for quite a while. And then, yeah, that's when they might start filming, is in July. And then who knows, they could have The Walking Dead air in October and then just have to film over Christmas. I don't know how they're going to do it, honestly. The show might just air in February or something like that, go into the summer. I don't know, because we also have The Walking Dead World Beyond. When is that going to air? Is that going to air in October this time? Because it was pushed off until later this year. So that is very possible. If season 11 gets pushed off, then yeah, World Beyond could probably air then. And I do want to end this, I think, overall because I see a lot of people talking about, are the movies really happening? And I obviously think that they are happening. I just don't know if there's going to be a trilogy. And that's only because, plans, whenever they announce stuff like that, just people who make movies in general, sometimes plans or things don't go according to plan. But this first movie is definitely happening. I know a lot of people doubt that, but it's for sure happening. And if it's done really well, it makes a lot of money and the ratings are really good, they're obviously going to do a second one for sure. They're going to do that. It's just taken a long time because I think when they first announced it, they didn't really have anything planned. I think they had a general idea, but they just started to work on the script then. I don't think they finished anything yet. I think at this point, they're practically done it. They have a lot of other things worked out. And I think definitely by the time it's, fall, everything will be done and they'll be getting ready to shoot maybe in early 2021. Or maybe this fall, fall 2020, they're ready to shoot. It's happening very soon. And then, the movie will come out late 2021 or in 2022. Within 2 years for sure. we're going to have it. And say it comes out fall 2022. That movie just came out 4 years after Rick left, which isn't really that long of a break, because Andrew Lincoln wanted to go on a break for a bit, right? Like, he didn't want to jump back into the Walking Dead universe right away. He kind of wanted a break to spend time with his family, do other projects. So 4 years after that, I don't know, I think that just makes sense. Like, this first movie's for sure happening, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. But yeah, that's what we learned about all those little weird things that happened in Michonne's final episode. But post your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys are all thinking about all of this. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.